And yes, we are live. Thank you so much for being here. It's gonna be a great, good day. It's a good morning. Good morning to you guys. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are coming from. Today we will be talking about something really, really important. Yes, something really, really important. Why you don't know what you are feeling. Why don't you know what you're feeling? Why do you struggle with your feeling? What's going on? These are questions that most times we ask ourselves without even knowing answers to those questions. Have you ever been asked, how are you feeling? And your answer was, I don't know. Or maybe you say, I'm fine, even when you clearly are not fine. Many people can tell you what they think, they can tell you what happened, but they struggle to identify what they are actually feeling. Here is the truth. Most people they were never taught how to identify their feeling. They were never taught about emotional awareness. They were taught how to survive. Today we are talking about why you struggle, why you actually struggle to identify your feeling, how your past may be affecting your emotional awareness, how you can reconnect yourself back to normal. What are those emotions that you are not actually aware of, that you cannot actually identify? This is what we're struggling. This is what we're going to talk about today. Now, how do you identify your feelings? How do you identify your feelings? Number one, you can identify your feelings by recognizing your emotion. The first step to identify your feeling is what? To recognize your emotion. The second step is naming your emotion. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nurse Obi. I am a mental health and addiction advocate. Today, we're going to be talking about this very important topic. It is a topic that will help you in your career, it will help you in your daily life, it will help you in every aspect of your life. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, you can do well by subscribing to this channel. You can comment when I hear your feedback, and then you can also share with your loved ones. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll go back to what we're doing. You have to identify your emotions. You have to recognize what is going on with you. Like I said, is the number one step. Number two step is to name your emotions. You have to name your emotions. You have to have a thorough understanding about your emotional experience. What are you experiencing? How is it affecting you? Can you name it? What is going on? These are questions that you need to recognize and you'll be able to answer. People only are aware of just a few of the emotional names. They can tell you I'm happy, they can tell you I'm sad, they can tell you I'm angry. Like my little one will always say, oh, mom, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. I think those are the few emotional words. Some people say I'm fine, but they cannot actually express deeper emotions. They cannot say I'm disappointed, I'm rejected, or I'm ashamed, or I'm lonely, I'm overwhelmed, I'm discouraged, I'm betrayed. These are deeper emotional words that you can actually use. Or even I'm insecure. You have to train your brain to be able to name your emotions. You're able to name your emotions. One thing that you need to know is that if you don't know how to name your emotions, if you don't know how to identify your emotion, you cannot actually heal. So the first step, like I said, is to name, is to identify. Now, many people grew up hearing, stop crying, be strong, don't be emotional, you'll be okay. These are words that we grow up hearing, and it sticks to our brain. This message becomes feeling that are not really, really important in some situations. So children, when you speak those words to them, they learn suppress your emotions. When somebody tells you stop crying, what is it telling you? Suppress your emotion. Ignore your feeling. Focus on what is functioning. These are the way we're trained, and most times we find ourselves training our kids in that same way. Years later, when these kids grow up, they become adults who say, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I'm feeling. In the hospitals, patients come to the hospital and be asking them, what's going on with you? Can you name what's going on with you? And they'll be, I don't know. I just feel a headache. Oh, my body is just somehow. They cannot actually name or identify whatever is really going on with them. Whatever is really going on with them. Emotional suppression may help you survive childhood, but the truth is, it is often create problems in adulthood. It creates problems in adulthood. When stress becomes chronic, your brain prioritizes safety, it prioritizes protection, it prioritizes survival. There is no emotional awareness that is connected to it. Survival mode, like I always said, it can happen like in your flight, your freeze, your fight, or even your farm mode. You have to focus on what needs to be done, what must be fixed, what danger may be happening. That is what the brain focuses on. The brain does not even focus on your feeling. It does not. So what you need to do, you have to take away the survival mode by knowing how to name your emotion, how to be emotionally aware. One of such ways you can do that is you can say, I am fine. The way most times people struggle with their feelings is by saying, I am fine. When actually, most of the time, they are not fine. You may actually, number two, you may recognize physical symptoms before emotions. That is what the brain is doing to you. You recognize those symptoms. Like I said earlier, I have a headache, I'm fatigued, I have stomach problem. You become overwhelmed easily because your emotions build up. And number four, you struggle to explain what bothers you. What bothers you. And at the end of the day, which is the fifth one, you shut down during difficult conversations. All this boils down to why you are not emotionally aware. You don't know how to actually identify what's going on with you. Now, this can affect your relationship in several ways. If you don't know your feeling, you may struggle to express your needs. You may struggle to express your hurt. You may struggle to express your frustration. You may even struggle to express your fear. People around you may think you are distant. People around you may actually think you don't care. They may actually think you are emotionally unavailable. But the truth is, in reality, they actually don't know that you are actually struggling. You simply don't know how to assess your emotion. You simply don't know how to work on your emotions. Why? Because you don't know how to identify them. You are not emotionally aware. So, emotional intelligence is very important in your daily life. In your daily life. As a nurse, most times I see people seek help. They seek help for anxiety. They seek help for burnt out. They seek help for exhaustion. They seek help for stress. But what is really, really going on underneath all these things? These symptoms are emotions that were never ever processed. They weren't processed. Example could be chronic stress. Chronic stress that you have over a long period of time. You are emotionally exhausted. Or probably you even have sleep problem. You don't sleep well. Or when you sleep, you don't go into deep sleep. It's just shallow kind of sleep. Now, how do you reconnect your feelings? How do you reconnect with your feelings? Number one, you cannot notice emotion if you are constantly busy. You cannot notice your emotion if you are constantly busy. Instead of saying, I'm upset, ask yourself, am I hot? Ask yourself, am I rejected? Ask yourself, am I frustrated? Or even, am I disappointed? That is the number two part. You have to expand your emotional vocabulary by all this that I've mentioned prior. Number three part, how you can reconnect with your feelings is number three, you have to journal. Number one, I said you have to slow down. Number two, you have to expand your emotional vocabulary. And number three, you have to journal. You have to journal what happened. What happened in this situation? What did I feel? How did I need this? What is my need? How is it related to my feeling right now? These are questions that you can ask yourself and you can journal what is going on or the answers, or even if you have the answers. Now, the fourth one is you have to pay attention to your body. You have to pay attention to your body. Your body often notices emotion first. Your body, like I said, it notices emotion first. So you have to pay attention to it. And you have to be honest. You have to be able to practice, which is the fifth one, emotional honesty. You have to practice emotional honesty. Be willing to tell yourself the truth. Be willing to tell yourself the truth. God is the one that creates emotion. And even in the scriptures, we see situations or stories of people that were joyful. It's part of emotion. We see situations of people that were grieved. You can remember the story of Lazarus. Martha and Mary, they were grieved. You see people that express anger. You see fear. You see hope for the calling. All these are emotions that God creates. Even Jesus Christ expressed his emotions. He expressed his emotions. He said, he expressed his emotion. He said, it is finished. Emotional awareness is not weakness. It is part of your daily being, part of your ecosystem, part of how you function, part of being a human. One thing that you have to know is that for you to be able to get healing, you don't have to hide your emotions. You have to be free. You have to open your emotions. You have to name your emotions. You have to know your emotions. You have to name your emotions. You have to name your emotions, like I said. You have to spend years. You have spent so much years, right from when you were a child, disconnected from your emotions. One thing that you need to know is not because of your willpower. It's not because you are broken. You may simply have learned to survive by ignoring what you felt. But the truth is, healing begins when you become curious about your emotions. Healing begins when you become curious about your emotions. Instead of you to be afraid of them, you are now curious about them. Your feelings are not your enemy. They are important and they are signals that they may be trying to tell you something important that you're not aware of. Something important that you're not aware of. Is this if this video spoke really to you, if it spoke to your mind, if it spoke to you, please type in the comment section awareness. Give us a thumbs up so that this video can go to several other people. What emotions is harder to identify? What emotions is the hardest to identify? You need to know how to identify your emotions. Please share these videos with your loved ones. Comment, like I said, if it has spoken to you, awareness. Comment, we want to hear your feedback, where we need correction, where we need to improve. That we thank you. We will be so grateful about that. Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, my name is Nurse Obi. I am a mental health and an addiction advocate. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to this channel. I will see you in my next one for more of mental health and addiction recovery videos. Thank you and God bless you. Have a blessed day.